Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to unpack Charles Hoskinson's vision for what he calls the fourth generation of cryptocurrency. It's a project called Midnight, and it's designed to solve some of the last really big problems that are holding crypto back from, well, taking over the world. All right, let's get into it. So look, Bitcoin gave us money without a bank. Ethereum gave us apps without a central company controlling them. The question is, what's next? Where do we go from here? That's the huge question we're digging into today, and the answer could literally change everything about how we live our lives online. But, to really get where we're headed, we've got to take a quick look back. You can pretty much see the whole history of crypto as a series of generations, where each new wave was built specifically to fix the problems of the one that came before it. So it all started with Bitcoin, right? 2009. It proved we could send a value to anyone, anywhere, without needing a bank. Then came Ethereum, and this was a total game changer. It introduced smart contracts and made blockchains programmable. Suddenly, developers could build stuff on them. And then you get the third generation, with projects like Cardano that really zeroed in on the massive challenges of making these things scale for, billions of people. Each step was a huge leap. So, here we are. After 15 years, trillions of dollars in value, 500 million people using this stuff. You gotta ask, are we there yet? Is this it? Well, if you ask Charles Hoskinson, the answer is a big, fat no. He says there are still some fundamental, absolutely critical pieces missing from the puzzle. In fact, he argues there are three final unsolved problems that are keeping blockchain tech from truly becoming the backbone for our global systems, our economy, our politics, everything. And listen, these aren't just nice-to-have features. They are the absolute foundation for mass adoption. First up, rational privacy. Think about it. No sane business is going to run its entire operation on a public ledger where all its competitors can see every single move it makes. No way. Second, identity. How do you prove who you are online in a way that you control without just handing all your data over to some big company? And third, cooperation. This whole crypto world where every chain is its own little kingdom trying to kill all the others, that's never going to work at a global scale. These are the final bosses. And this is where Midnight comes into the picture. It's a project that was designed from the very beginning to be a single, unified solution to all three of these massive interconnected problems. So what is it really? Well, the simplest way to think about Midnight is as a universal privacy layer. It's not trying to replace Bitcoin or Ethereum. Instead, it wants to be a service that provides data protection for all of them, and for the regular old internet too. So let's break it down. How does the technology behind Midnight actually plan to solve each one of these huge hurdles we just laid out? This slide gets right to the core of this idea of rational privacy. It's not about being totally secret, it's about being selective. Right now, most blockchains are a fire hose of public data. Midnight uses some really advanced math, zero-knowledge proofs, to let you prove something is true without actually revealing the data that proves it. Think about proving you're over 21 without showing your date of birth, or proving you paid your taxes without showing your whole bank statement. It's the best of both worlds, public trust and private control. Now, that privacy layer works hand in hand with this concept of decentralized identifiers, or DIDs. Just think of a DID as a universal ID for the internet that you own and control, not Google or Facebook. When you combine that with rational privacy, you get this amazing system where you can prove who you are and interact with services without leaving that creepy digital footprint that follows you everywhere you go today. Okay, so what about cooperation? This is where it gets really interesting. The way most crypto projects launch, well, Hoskinson calls it the VC special. It's a zero-sum game. You know the drill. Insiders get super cheap tokens, retail gets hyped up and buys at the top, and the whole goal is to destroy the competition. Midnight is trying to do the exact opposite with what they call cooperative economics. The goal isn't to kill other chains, it's to help all of them work together. And here's how they plan to pull that off. This is the Glacier Drop. It's a massive airdrop of the initial tokens, but instead of just giving it to their own community, they're spreading it across all the biggest ecosystems in crypto. The whole point is to give everyone, from Bitcoiners to Ethereans to Solana users, a stake in the game. It makes Midnight a shared public utility, not just another competitor. And to make this whole thing actually work for real-world businesses, they did something really clever. They split the token system in two. You have Night, which is the public token used for security and governance. Think of it like owning stock in the network. But then you have Dust, a private token used to pay for fees and computation, and it's designed to have a stable, predictable price. This is absolutely critical. It means a company can build on Midnight and actually forecast its costs without worrying that some wild crypto speculation is going to blow up their entire business model. Okay. That's a lot of tech. I get it. But what does this all mean? Why should you care? Let's talk about what this actually looks like in the real world. So Hoskinson tells this hilarious story about trying to buy a very specific hat for a trip to the Amazon jungle, and we've all been there, right? The process is just awful. You spend hours searching, you signal your intentions to every ad tracker on the planet, and then for the next 6 months, you're haunted by ads for jungle hats. It's ridiculous. The future that a system like Midnight enables is something totally different. He calls it agentic commerce. Now imagine this instead. You just state what you want. I need the best hat for a 10-day trip in the Amazon. That's it. Your personal AI agent goes out and does all the work. But, and here's the magic, it uses that privacy tech we talked about to interact with thousands of sellers to find the absolute perfect hat for you without ever telling Google or Amazon or anyone else who you are or what you're looking for. It proves you're a real buyer without revealing your data. No leaks, no creepy ads. The agent works for you, not for the advertisers. And this really gets to the core of the whole shift. Right now, the internet is procedural. We have to tell it every single step. Click here, type this, compare that. The future is declarative. We just declare our intent, what we want, and we let a network of intelligent, privacy-preserving agents figure out the absolute best way to make it happen for us. So when you start to put all these pieces together, the privacy, the identity, the cooperation, this new model for commerce, you realize the vision here is way bigger than just another cryptocurrency. So let's wrap it up. What are the big takeaways here? Well, first, the evolution of crypto is far from over. Second, the next massive challenges to solve are privacy, identity, and cooperation. And Midnight is proposing a way to do that with a single private layer for everyone. And the ultimate goal? It's to build a future of agentic commerce where we actually control our own data, shifting the balance of power away from the tech giants and back to us, the individual. And that really leaves us with this one final huge question. As AI and these digital systems get woven deeper and deeper into the fabric of our lives, the foundations we build them on matter more than anything. The choice we're making right now is whether that future is going to be centralized and controlled by a handful of companies, or if it's going to be private and free.